Welcome back to Mackindale Park. Tigers had a couple of weeks off down here with Geoff Bush. We're just getting ready for get back in the swing of things for the playing week. Mate, last couple of weeks we've had, first up we had Anzac Day. How'd that go?
Yeah, really good. It was a really good day to be part of. Obviously my first one here. Yeah, it was a very good experience. There was a fair few people here, which is good, and the boys really bought into it. The Aussie boys were ahead by a fair while, but I think we just went to sleep a little bit there, and the Kiwis come back and played a bit of Kiwi footy, which was good to see. But all in all, it was a good day. A lot of money raised. I think there was nearly $4 grand raised for the RSL, which goes straight back to them. So that's what it's really there for. So yeah, really good day.
And that's the key of the day. We all get to get out in the field, have a bit of a run around, have a few beers after, and the big thing is we get to put a bit of money back in the community. Big thanks to the RSL guys that came down. Another good show they brought down, and we get to throw a bit of cash back their way and support them. Mate, moving on to the next week, we had everyone had the bye. We had Central Highlands Rugby League on show on the weekend at 47 Battalion. First time played in Emerald. How was your experience first time with a CH rep team?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously helping out Belly, like he's a former State of Origin player, so it's pretty good to lean on him for a bit of knowledge and stuff. So he's obviously got a lot of experience. So the boys, I think, got a bit out of him coaching them, and it was a really good group there. Once we got to training on the Friday night, sort of all got together and had a couple of good chats. And yeah, it's good to play them rep teams because you see guys that you usually just play against and you want to bash, but you see they're actually not too bad at bike. So that's what I like about rep teams. Like, you get to meet a lot of people, a lot of different people. We got to meet a lot of different people from different towns. Like, there was a lot of people from Rocky, like as far as Bundaberg, Toowoomba, stuff like that. So a lot of travel, but it was good to see in Emerald. So yeah, it was good footy.
Righto, mate. So with a couple of weeks off, clubs can fall into that trap of being distracted. We're back at training here Tuesday night, ready to get back into our next round game. We've got Blackwater Friday night. What are you looking for the boys tonight to get back focused for the weekend?
Tonight's going to be a hard sesh. We're just going to rip straight back in. We did train a little bit, but it's not the same when we're not playing. So we had a few relaxed weeks there where we just trained just to get together and be with each other, I suppose. And because we're such a good group there, the numbers have been fantastic. So we're just really ripping in today and tonight, and then we'll rip in again on Thursday and get ready for Blackwater. I'm just looking for the boys just to keep it nice and simple, get back into the rhythm, because I think we've got about 6 or 7 games in a row now. So we've got a tough stretch. So we'll be calling on every player that's registered to pretty much put their hand up, because there'll be some times when people are out working. Unfortunately, injuries might happen. Hopefully not, but we need everyone to be at training and sort of keep working away, because we've had such a good start to the start of the year. We're sitting third at the moment. Yeah, we need to keep building on that. There's no point saying we went well for 3 games and then not going very well for another 6 or 7. So if we can just put in a nice effort, nice and simple, we'll be all right. We'll be pretty sweet.
So a lot of NRL teams work in blocks of football, mate. Is that sort of what you do, work in blocks of football? We've been through the first block now. We're moving into the second block of the season.
Yeah, so I do a lot of prep stuff for training and stuff like that. So I sort of worked it off the draw, going off. We had pretty much 3 games in a row leading into that day, and then tapered training off a little bit. So we trained really hard up until round 1, tapered it off so we weren't bashed and sore for the round 1 game, and then so we do a bit of fitness every Tuesday, and then we do a ball weight just to sort of keep the combinations going. And then so I sort of went on the first month, and then I'll go on this next block of 6 pretty much. So we've got from bye to bye, and that's our focus now, just that 6. Have a bye, refresh, and then come back in for the last, I think they'll leave us about another 6 games to go in the end. So a lot of away games in that back end, so we've got to, I'm tapering our training to sort of allow us to make sure we're not fatigued at all going into the game. So it's hard, but I suppose that's the joys of coaching.
Right, mate, on Friday we take on Blackwater at 8 o'clock. Mate, what's 2 things you really want to get right Friday?
Our defence is obviously number 1. I think I've said it a couple of times where we need our defence to be on song. Otherwise, around here, if your defence is on song, you'll be pretty much playing some pretty good footy, so we're getting a few wins. So if we keep our defence going the way it's going the last couple of weeks, it'll be really good. And just keep it nice and simple with the ball and having fun. Having fun's a big one for me. Making sure we just keep them positive, having fun with each other. That probably sounds a bit weird, but making sure we're playing well. No, that's sounding weird as well. Just making sure we're doing the little things right together, and then that'll get us in good stead.
All right, mate. I think we'll finish on that, mate. Cheers for your time, and hopefully get another win on Friday night. Thanks, Bushy.
No worries. Thanks.